TV. And now it's time for this morning's session of Children's GBC with George Buxton, as he gets to present 5 programmes today, including the last ever airing of Four Ways Farm, as we're getting to the last episode today.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Children's GBC on a fine Friday morning. Right, so that you know that later on this morning that we're going to have the last ever episode of Four Ways Farm, which is coming up later. That's in about 5 minutes. That's in about 10 minutes. But first it's time for the new adventures of the Shoe People. And today, the Shoe Gang are all at sea today. It's like going to the beach again in general. Well, let's see what happens in this episode today. The new adventures of the Shoe People. So I'm so glad that you all enjoyed a day at the sea. Oh, and I know there was one shoe that had a bit of trouble because I think it's something with flip-flop. So I'm so glad they managed to rescue her though. So anyway, well, this is it then, viewers. After about 24 episodes of Four Ways Farm, here we have the 25th and the very last episode of Four Ways Farm. And today's episode is called
Wind and Air.
Oh yes, thank you. So the last ever episode is called Wind and Air. And I think it's all about the wind and some fresh air. So, will the farmer animals know about it? Let's find out in this last ever episode today.
Oh, the wind blows east and the wind blows west on Four Ways Farm. The animals all have had their rest on Four Ways Farm. The animals wake up one by one and say hello to the morning sun. Work to do and jobs to be done on Four Ways Farm.
Morning, Davenport.
Horse and 3 bad rats on Four Ways Farm.
Was Four Ways Farm, and sadly that was the last episode to be featuring the farm animals. And yes, we will miss Godfrey the horse and all sorts of animal friends, except the 3 bad rats obviously, because that's why they became bad. Well, you could say it's not like the 3 blind mice or something. So I'm glad they've learned about wind and air. So I'm very happy to say farewell to Four Ways Farm, and I'm sure it will be back again. Which is not really though, so we won't be broadcasting them ever again as much. Yeah, not so much if I can handle it. But anyways, that's Four Ways Farm, and farewell. So the next one now is Play Days, and today's episode, it takes place at the 10th stop, and today's tale is called Little Miss Penny Feather. I wonder who on earth is Little Miss Penny Feather? Let's find out.
It's the play bus! But where does it go? Where does it stop? Watch for the sign of the lollipop.
the play tent.
And that was Playdays. Well, let me tell you one thing. Yeah, sometimes that little Miss Pennyfeather sometimes can be a bit spoiled or sometimes kind-hearted. Just like a ragdoll named Peggy Parish. That's kind-hearted. And, yeah, basically, and all sorts of other girls who are kind-hearted. Now, anyways, the next one now is Super Mario World. And today's episode is called Rock TV. That'll be the first time when the cave world have got their very first TV made out of rocks in general. So I guess that's why it's called Rock TV for a strange reason. But anyways, you'll see the episode to find out why.
Super Mario, Super Mario, Super Mario World.
Super Mario World, it's a blast from the past. It's Super Mario World, you got to move fast. Mario and Luigi are doing what they can. Yoshi and the princess are giving them a hand.
Super Mario World.
Super Mario World, it's a blast from the past. In Super Mario World, it's a blast.
I haven't done anything really rotten in a long time. You think maybe you could eat a little faster?
If you ever see any animals on the TV, well, you're going to love this next program, and it's Sonic the Hedgehog, which is all about zoos and stuff. And that's next.
Super Mario World. So yeah, it turns out that Rock TV was a bit of a fake because it has a strange comic wizard in there. You know, with a magic wand and turning the programs into real life programs. Very weird, and it takes place at a wrestling ring. And Yoshi gets to eat all the blocks. That's a bit of a big lunch for him. Now the next one the last one is Sonic the Hedgehog. And in today's episode is called Subotnik. Or shall I say, Subotnik? Here we go for the Botniks again. Oh, God. Anyways, here's Sonic the Hedgehog. Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog. Well, let me tell you one thing. I am so glad that zoo animals was very safe, all thanks to Sonic the Hedgehog. And of course, that's pretty much about it for this morning on Children's GBC. And don't forget, George Buxton here will be later on this afternoon to present more programs. So I will say bye, everyone. See you next week. Goodbye.
Is GTV. If you remember last week's movie that we've had, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, well, here's another one. At this time, he blew up the kid. Not literally, but here's this morning's film, Honey, I Blew Up the Kid.